This is super interesting, folks. We've come across 5 hyena here at Twin Dams, and they're messing around with the giraffe. One of them actually went for the giraffe's ankles and nearly got a kick in the face. And that is a Shaquille O'Neal size shoe in the face. I don't know if anyone would enjoy that, but I'm going to move forward, see if we can get them. They were doing a little bit of displaying as well, that sort of greeting, a couple chirping sort of sounds. Here they are over here in the open. There's 4 of them, and their tails were held up in a sort of a sign of aggression. There's actually 5 there, and I don't know if they're interested in one of these hyena or not, but in one of these giraffe or not. But there's the greeting, the typical show me your genitals and I'll show you mine, a very important sign of submissive behavior, and very important in the clan of hyena. Every single day they'll do this to each other. Twice daily if need be. Look at those teeth. The belly looks absolutely enormous. The one on the left is showing some serious submissive behavior by holding its bottom really low. I'm going to move around again and see if we can get these guys interacting with these giraffe. I've never ever seen hyena interact too well with giraffe. I mean, it would be I don't think it's an animal they can really bring down. Obviously, if the giraffe was injured, they'd have a go. Ooh, wow. Chitty chatty meg. I would assume hyena can probably maintain about between 25 and 30 miles an hour, but I'm just guessing that right now. I've never recorded their top speed. Hyena you don't really regard them as a sprinter. They're a marathon runner, but I reckon between 25 and 30 miles an hour they can maintain and just keep going. Look at the size difference there, no chance. But one went for a giraffe there, and the giraffe gave a backward kick just before he came to us, and that was the end of their affair. Lauren, it would be something I've never heard of before. I mean, if the giraffe was injured, there potentially might be some way of them getting around it, but they've got no way of jumping on the giraffe. The only way to get a giraffe down is to pull its head to the floor or get enough weight on its back to cripple the legs. It's something that lions are very good at doing. I've never ever seen hyena going for them, maybe for a youngster, but a fully grown adult, I don't think there's really much chance. That foot of the giraffe would just basically behead it if it kicked it. Look at the size. There's just no chance really. Maybe they're just having a bit of fun. The giraffe don't seem to be too concerned. Hello Crystal, you've identified Pretty and Corky very well. I still need to figure out how it is everyone is identifying these guys. I see just interesting hyenas, some fat, some skinny. The one yesterday with a very characteristic tear in her ear we saw around Chitterwatching Hole. This one's coming to say hello, Ferg. That one is looking at the giraffe. I don't think there's much chance here though. They have kind of encircled them a little bit. Now the giraffe are feeling, okay, well maybe we should move off. There's still 5 hyena in the area, but they're losing interest. I don't think there's much chance. I'm trying to pick up on maybe some scent of the Duke himself. Maybe Tingana has made a kill nearby. We were with Tundi last night, and we did try to find her this morning. It's possible she's gone east in the search of some food for her very hungry young cub, Kalamba. But these hyena, especially the one, didn't look very hungry at all. It looked like it had an enormously bloated belly. Well, these animals follow leopards, they will chase cheetah off kills, and they are constantly interacting with lions, as I'm sure when you go up to the Mara, Taylor McCurdy will be able to tell you all about. Yes, well, he's herding the giraffe towards the water. They're not too bothered, they're having a drink. If there were lions nearby, that giraffe would not be lowering its head. 2 of them now. the necessity of a giraffe, lowering its guard. It's got a friend watching out at the back, and the hyena is very interested. I think it's a young, inquisitive one, and is basically thinking, what are these big things? They look very chewy. There you go. It's a little bit too exciting. Interest, I reckon, for the hyena. More of interest. Would love to get hold of a giraffe if it could. Carol, as far as the giraffe helping each other, they would most likely help each other to the point of just standing guard, like what they're doing now, and then run as a unit together. But if one of them got jumped on, I think that would be it. Unless it was a mother with her youngster, I don't think there'd be any assistance given to one that gets jumped on. And as we talk about it, this is actually a bachelor herd of males, so it's each for their own. If a lion happened to catch one, or a group of lions happened to corner one, I think they would leave him be. As sad as that might sound, it is all selfish out in the animal kingdom, and if the lions are focused on one individual, well, it means that they're safe for the time being. But they have got a very interesting array of kicks. They've got a very powerful backward kick, and they can also lean back on their back legs and do this very powerful sort of ninja kick forward with their front feet, which can be very effective and very accurate. It can crush the skull of a lion. That hyena, I don't think, would have any chance. But he's very interested at these things that are moving. But look at the size difference. It's fantastic. He's going to go have a look at the other one now. He's on his own. He's on his own. Let's go have a look. The giraffe's looking at him. Whoopsie. The giraffe gave him a little bit of a snort and a look, and he could quite easily have slapped down those front hooves, as I was talking about, with that forward sort of ninja kick. And that would have ended that hyena's life if it connected him correctly. You see the giraffe licking his lips. That's often what you see them doing when they're being confronted. I've seen lions trying to attack giraffe, and the male giraffe just turns in circles. He licks his lips a lot. I think it's a bit of excitement, and he just turns and keeps his body facing the lions, and then is constantly kicking in all different directions. It's a very difficult animal to get around and a very difficult animal to bring down. You need there we go. Imagine you could do that with your tongue. You're not impressed with that hyena. He's now going to follow the rest of the journey after their small drink. I'm probably going to go and start feeding now. How fantastic was that? Well, it's not only hyenas playing around with their prey out here. Leopards are doing something similar. Yes, well, the giraffe has lost the attention, and the hyena is now deciding it would like to do some fishing in the watering hole. Or it needs a fishing rod, though. Oi! Wow! I don't quite know what happened there. I think he just pulled that log out and it came unstuck from the mud. And it gave him a bit of a fright. He's chasing Egyptian geese up and down. Now he's heading back towards the giraffe. Let's see what happens. He's gotten very excited. As Kirsten said in my ear, he's got a case of the crazies this morning. That is a bush I've had Hosanna underneath before. Killing a scrub hare not far from there. Whee! He's so excited. Look at this guy. So it's not... Could we possibly, folks out there on Twitter, do a one-word tweet to describe this individual and his behavior? One-word tweet, #SafariLive. So it's not just hunting out here. There's also lots and lots of play that goes on, and what appears to be in this individual is a lot of investigation. He's probably never been that close to a giraffe before, and then there's a stick he needs to chew, and there's a funny bird making a noise in the watering hole that he wants to chase around, and well, then he's going to show a little bit of his speed as well. He's still looking at those giraffes as they're slowly moving south from the watering hole. Very curious. All sorts of things going on in his mind. That nose is probably one of the best in the animal kingdom, and we have no idea. Okay. Crystal, you say this is a male called Fika. Now, I wonder if you know the age, because he's acting like a real youngster to me, just an inquisitive sort of newcomer to the area. But if he's already got a name, there's a very good chance he's been around for some time. How marvelous. Is it going to go up, chase the giraffe again? The nose, as I said, is picking up all sorts of smells, and you can't imagine what's going through the mind. If ever you take your dog for a walk, they are walking up and down, and the world is just being seen in a completely different light. Julie, you're saying quirky. Very good. He is quite quirky. He's lost a bit of energy now. Egyptian geese are still shouting at him. What will happen next? There he goes. He's running again. Chasing the giraffe down into the drainage line, and we're going to move around and see if we can get another view of this. But in the meantime, from one watering hole to another.